Good morning. I'm headed to work. Got about a 30-minute drive. And yesterday I just had this sort of idea to start making minimalistic content like this, sort of car talk situations. I don't know, this is the stuff that I think about when I'm on the way to work, so I might as well vent about it to the camera. Why not? And it's just cool to have, shoot videos that I can just shoot, upload, make highlights maybe, and be done with it. So yeah, I got my coffee, I'm on my way to work, and some stuff I was thinking about yesterday, breakups. So pretty heavy topic, but ready to get into it. Still a little hot. I'm one of those people that don't like my coffee super hot, so I'm spitting everywhere. Anyways, let's talk about breakups. I imagine there's going to be a lot of young men watching these videos that are sort of going through something. Hopefully you can take away from the things that I've learned. I'm 30 years old. I don't have to... I kind of got like a boring, timeline and track record with relationships. So I know my first real relationship, dude, it's like cringe to even think about. I was 18. Me and this girl dated for like a week. And when she broke up with me, I was like heartbroken, like destroyed. And because what I would come to find out years later, 12 years later, is that I put her on a pedestal, and that diminished my sort of self-worth, right? So, man, she broke up with me. I was like walking around town listening to Jason Derulo, like it was bad, dude. But you get over it. Time heals all wounds, of course. And yeah, you move on. But I would say that I didn't even learn from that until a decade later, right? So the only other real significant relationship that I've been in, I was with the girl on and off for 5 years, and we have 2 kids from it. So can't really complain too much there. I won't really get into that. There's really nothing, it was a normal relationship, semi-normal breakup, not anything too crazy. But this other situation, which I can't even call a relationship because we weren't technically dating, we weren't together. That's what she said. Those are her words. And a little side note, she's actually dating someone who cheats on her. So kudos to you for sharing your boyfriend, I guess. Sorry, I'm throwing a little shade there. That's just my personality. You shouldn't have animosity towards these people. It is what it is. I think that's more of a main point of this video. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to start with this. So we weren't ever technically dating. She was never my girlfriend, right? So we started off as friends. We were real good friends. She had a boyfriend at the time. And I would say we were real good friends for about a year. Right? The timeline is pretty complicated. It's hard to explain, but we were good friends for about a year as she was dating her long-term boyfriend. And after we had this, I don't really know what to call it. We had a thing where we had to be around each other for about a week. After that week, we started talking more, and I'm just gonna say it like it is. She used me to get out of her relationship, right? She was in this long-term relationship. I'm guessing she didn't know how to get out of it without hurting the other person and whatever. So she used me to do it. She used me as there's someone else kind of thing. And it sucks to be a rebound. Guys think it sounds cool, but it's not. It's just not. But yeah, we talked and we were real serious for a few months, and then she moved long distance. Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Don't ever do the long distance relationship thing. I don't know a whole lot about relationships, and maybe I'm not the one that should be giving advice. This is more just a venting thing. Don't do the the long distance relationship. It's worthless. It's a waste of time. But she told me that we were gonna make it work, and I was pretty set on that. I was being optimistic, and that was the downfall of it. Because the truth is that she was leading me on while actively talking to other people and pursuing other people. Right? And I don't want to make this video to like shame her or anything. It is what it is. The point of this video is, or the point of this talk, I guess, because I'm just talking. Young men out there that are listening to this, don't ever put anyone on a pedestal like that, because that's what I did. I made it in my head. She was perfect. We were perfect. We were going to be perfect together. Don't ever do that. Use that energy to focus on you, not her. All right? Because what that's going to do is that's going to implant this sort of idea in her head that since she got you and you think she's perfect, that she could probably do better. Now, hopefully that makes sense, right? And I've been trying to think of an analogy to explain this, and the only thing I could come up with is, say you walk into a hiring event. You guys are probably younger, you've never been to those. I've never been to one. We're just making stuff up at this point. But bear with me. Say you walk into a hiring event, and the first company you go up to, they look at your resume and say, yeah, we'll hire you for minimum wage. In my head, the way that I'm thinking is like, wait, there's all these people here. If it was that easy to get this job, I could probably go get a better job. And that's sort of similar how a woman's going to think. And it's probably vice versa too. This isn't like a anti-woman sort of video. We love women over here. I just want to make that clear, okay? But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Don't put a woman, or if you're a woman, don't put a man on a pedestal, because that's just going to implant this sort of idea that they can do better and maybe they deserve better or what have you. Alright, now I don't even really know where to go from this. Use that energy and that time that you're pedestalizing that person, put that on yourself. Do not ever make your significant other, the person that you're talking to, the person in your situationship, do not ever have that idea that they are the end-all be-all and they're the most important thing in the world. I have kids, so that's never going to be the case. My kids are always going to come first. Alright? But most of you probably don't. I'm guessing. You can put some of that energy into that person. Obviously, if you're like in a relationship or something, you have to give them attention. You have to, you have to be selfless in situations and take them on dates and all that good stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't pedestalize them to where they're the only thing that matters in your life. You need to have some of that energy to focus on yourself. Focus on your career, stuff that you want to do in your life. Because in the long term, that's going to be super, super important. Even if, that's going to cater toward your relationship. No one wants to be with someone who doesn't have anything going for them. That's why I'm going back to barber school. That's why I'm trying to start a clothing line. And I have, now that I'm actually not talking to anyone, whether that's my choice or not. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm off all the dating sites, all that good stuff, and I'm focusing on stuff like that. That sounds kind of crazy. Sorry about that. Hopefully that works. Make sure you're taking at least a good portion of that energy. I would say like 75% of that energy, and focusing on yourself and doing stuff for you. And that person's, I would imagine that person's going to be pretty attracted to that. I don't know who wouldn't be. I definitely like a woman who has stuff going for her. That's not chauvinistic or anything to say. And it doesn't. And if you're a woman watching this, That doesn't make you a gold digger to want someone who's doing well for themselves. That's silly. But you should also have your own stuff going. The moral of this video, the main point of this video, is to just encourage people, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, whether you're talking to someone, situationship, whatever. Focus on yourself. Be the best you that you can be. I know we've heard it a million times. You know, if you're out of shape, go to the gym. That's not going to fix everything. A lot of these self-help gurus and you know, self-improvement people think that just going to the gym is going to fix everything. You gotta tackle a lot of stuff, right? You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta work on your career. You gotta self-improve financially and career-wise, and take care of your skin and eat healthy and make sure that you're living a long, happy life. Make sure you take care of your mental health. You know, that's something that any breakup, pretty much, I don't think anyone can go through a breakup without it affecting their mental health in at least some capacity, right? So make sure that stuff is a priority. What's going on here? Oh, I get gas. Yeah. Make sure that stuff is a priority. I don't know. Hopefully you took something from this video. Again, I have a 30-minute ride to work every morning. I'm probably going to make quite a few of these, maybe once a week. It's very different from my normal content. But it's also easy, and it's cool for me to... Every other week I don't have my kids. We do one week on, 1 week off. So I'm just sitting here by myself, listening to music, thinking about stuff 24/7. So yeah, I'm going to get to work. I'm going to finish my coffee. Hopefully it's... Let me see. Bro, it's still hot. Ooh, I want that bike. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to sound like an Avenger or anything, but just know that you are worthy. Your worth is not dictated by one person that you have feelings for. So please don't be that person that you start talking to someone, things don't work out, and you think you're never going to get someone as good as them. The goal should be to get someone better because they left you, right? You don't want to be with that person. I don't want to be with any of the girls that I've been with in the past. I wouldn't take any of them back. There's nothing there for me. They left me once, they'll leave me again. No matter, you know, obviously, hopefully you are self-improving and doing better for yourself, and you are a better version of what they had. But that better version belongs to someone else, not them. They don't get that. They screwed that up. They fucked it up. Alright? So hopefully you can take something from this video. I like making these. This is the first one. I'm definitely going to make some more. It's not always going to be about breakups, obviously. It's not always going to be about relationships or anything like that. I recently got fired from a job. Maybe we'll talk about that. Oh, I'm in the shadows. In the shadow realm here. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully I can make some cool highlight videos, TikToks and stuff out of this. So I appreciate you watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'll make this like a sort of segment, and I'll get back to doing, you know, my normal in front of the in front of the computer, funny videos eventually. I just don't really have time for that right now. I'm trying to work as much as I can, save up as much as I can before I move and go to barber school, and then eventually open up my shop. So yeah, there's that self-improvement on the financial side and career-wise for you. So hopefully that means something. I'm not where I want to be, not even close, but yeah, hopefully you can take something from this, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace.